Happy Black History Month! Hello friends, it is Black History Month and I decided to show some of my favorite Black authors and books. So, first up, there is The Weight of the Stars by ANCRUM. This is about, it is kind of a sci-fi. It is a sci-fi about this girl who she is like the mother of her friend group and she likes helping people, so she's always seeking out people to help. And one day she sees this very troubled girl in her class and tries to help her, but the girl is very standoffish. She somehow manages to break the barrier by being very persistent, and one day she finds out that she is the daughter of an astronaut that I think got lost in space. I read this book a while back, so I'm not remembering the specifics. But every night the girl goes up to her roof to try and send messages and get messages from her mother. And the story develops as they want to get more information on that, and as both of them want to be part of this space program. And a romance blossoms as well, because why not? It's sapphic! Yes, this is sapphic. It's a sapphic. And I just really liked first off, the chapters are very, like, short. It's a thickish book, but the chapters are all very short, which makes for a quick read, in my opinion. And I just love them. I just love the characters. It's like a little bit of found family. Found family is my favorite fucking trope ever. So yeah, this one is lovely, and I want to read more by ANCRUM for sure. Then, Love Radio by EBONY LADELLE. And I just remember like my moods reacting to people calling this a rom-com. It is absolutely not a rom-com. It is just a romance, but it deals with sexual assault. Very, very tough subject. And I actually also read this a while back, so I don't completely remember the plot. I just know that like the main character gets sexually assaulted and has a lot of trouble trusting someone else. And he meets her and falls in love, basically, like gets interested and keeps like trying to talk to her because he doesn't know what she's been through, of course. And so they build, and he's the DJ of some radio. And so they build, I'm very bad at making freaking summaries of books because I forget everything. But this one is cute, and then it deals with the main character just learning how to cope and learning how to trust someone else. It's very impactful. It is not a rom-com. Like, who got into their heads that it was a rom? It's not a rom-com. It has funny moments, but it's not a rom-com. Wow. It's still a fantastic book. I have it tabbed. And then, I mean, everyone knows this. My Black Moods just adore this, and like, I love it too. It's impossible not to love it. How do you, like, look at them. Look at Bree. How do you not? It's so great. If for some reason you don't know what this series is about, the main character is Bree, and she lost her mom pretty recently-ish. And the last thing that she did before her mom died, the last conversation that they had, was pretty heavy. They had an argument about her going to a college that she wanted to, and her mom didn't want her to go to that college. But the mom dies, and she goes, and there she discovers this secret society of like people that are very connected to the legend of Arthur. She has an encounter with Cell, who is a fucking asshole in the first book. He gets better, but fucking asshole. And she's very scared of him at first because he's scary. He's pretty scary, and she's just watching him like kill a person who she thinks is a person, but it's actually a demon. And then she also encounters Nick, the golden retriever good boy of the story, at least in the first book. And he's also, like, the two of them are part of the society, and she gets roped into it, and she learns about it, and she learns that she also has powers, which are these things on the cover in her hand. Not only does she find out that she has powers, she finds out that she's someone very important. Not gonna say what it is because it's spoilers if you haven't read this yet, and I don't want to say spoilers, but she just found out that she's someone very important. So yeah. And then book 2 is I don't even want to say what happens in book 2. It's just so much. It is so much. And obviously this does end up dealing with a lot of American history and the racism in it. Slavery, all that good thing, the good shit, you know? Yeah. So there are very powerful and moving and emotional moments in this series, and like recently, I guess, like last year, we found out that this is gonna be a quartet, not a trilogy like we all were assuming. It's gonna be a quartet, and the third book is called Oathbound. I think it comes out next year. I don't even remember, but it. Tracy DEONN. Oh, these are very good books. Last, which I mean, if you know me at all, you know that you know about this author. If you know me at all, you know that I fucking adore them. We have KANN, author of Let's Talk About Love and the Romantic Agenda. I'm in love with these books, okay? I am absolutely fucking in love with these books. Both are tabbed. And obviously these books mean something different to me than they mean to a black reader who also happens to be asexual. But because of how KANN does asexuality in these books, they just end up meaning a lot to me. They are very dear to my heart, because if I had these books when I was a teenager, at least this one, because the character is technically still a teenager, like 19 years old. If I had these books when I was discovering myself, it would have been great. It would have been lovely. Like I didn't have like the worst experience finding out that I was asexual. But if I had these books, it would have been magical even. Like, it would have been fucking amazing. I just love these so much. And I know that they have other books. I have the Marvels that I haven't read yet. And they have a middle grade fantasy book that looks adorable. And they also have a new one coming out soon, at some point. The cover is all purple. Purple is my favorite color. But, Okay, let's talk about love. Is about this girl that she just broke up with her girlfriend because the girlfriend cannot understand the fact that she's asexual and doesn't want to have sex. And yeah, she's pretty beat up about it. But then she meets, I forgot his name, it's Takumi, at the library she works at. And they strike up a friendship and then a romance, and it's so fucking adorable. They are so cute. They are so cute. But her asexuality does end up being a problem again. Still, it has a happy ending. I'm not saying much more than that, but it has a happy ending, and it's so like there are quotes in here specifically about asexuality that I just like. Listen to this. She had spent countless hours thinking and coming to terms with what that meant, the kind of future that she wanted to have, and if it could possibly include another person. The bottom line was her body had never shown so much as a flicker of sexual interest in anyone. But that didn't mean she liked being alone. That didn't mean she wasn't lonely. That didn't mean she didn't want romance and didn't want to fall in love. It didn't mean she couldn't love someone just as fiercely as they love her. Fiercely. And obviously, this is not the experience of every asexual person. There are aro ace people, but I'm just these quotes here, they hit me good. They hit me good. And the other one, the romantic agenda, is about Joy. I forgot to say her name. Her name is Alice, by the way. I forgot to say all of the characters' names. But we have Joy. She works with her best friend, who is also her boss, and she has a crush on her boss. And he remains oblivious. Or, like, pretends to be oblivious. I hated him for, like, 90% of this book. He had his moments, but I hated him for 90% of this book. It was just so... wow. You know? Wow. Because, like, at one point she thinks he's going to ask her out. But instead, she asks her to come on a trip with his girlfriend and her friend. The rage I felt for Joy was... But anyway, she goes, and she meets the friend. His name is Fox. And they strike up a friendship, they strike up a romance, and it's fucking adorable as well. But I love the highlight for me was Joy herself. Like, she is a joy. She is an actual joy. She is so sweet and so nice and so funny and so cute. I'm just... And like, this one is a character in her going into her 20s, and this one she is like 30, but she was still so adorable. I loved her. And brain not working anymore. I forgot what I was even saying. Oh, the highlights. It's Joy. She was amazing to me, and the only complaint that I have of this book is that Joy has a twin. Her name is Georgia, I think, and Georgia is never shown on page. Like, Georgia was so funny, but she was never shown on page. She was just like on phone calls, on video calls, and whatever. I'm just like, I want to see Georgia. Let me see Georgia, but she never shows up. So, I was a little bit sad about that, but the rest is, it's amazing. I love this book as well. It's all tabbed. These are my favorite black books written by Black Americans. It's Black USians. I am also American. But, I love these. look at this stack. It's so pretty. It's a very pretty stack. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you like the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.